Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Terry. If you're new here, I really appreciate you stopping by. Today in this video, I'm going to be organizing and customizing both my iPhone and my iPad. Apple just released the iPad OS 15 update where you can add widgets to the home screen within the app area. So not just when you swipe, the widgets are on the side, you can actually kind of customize and have a nice screen. And at the same time, I'm going to make it really autumn aesthetic vibes, if you will. And I'm gonna do this exact same thing to my phone. Unlike everyone who jumped on it when iOS 14 came out, I didn't. I was too attached to the way my apps were arranged, and I was kind of having some struggles with letting that go. But now that I'm going to be doing it to my iPad, I'm gonna do the same thing to my iPhone. And I've already made all the apps within Canva. I'm gonna show you real quick all of them and quickly how I did it. And then I'm gonna jump into doing it, organizing and customizing and making it super beautiful. So first things first, if you haven't already, if you wanna join me and you haven't done this already, I'm updating my iPad as we speak, and I believe it's done. It's saying hello in multiple languages. So I have the iPad Pro. I couldn't tell you what exact one I had. So I'm just logging in. They just released the iPad OS 15. They have not yet come out with the iOS 15. I believe it's coming out in a few hours. Once that's out, I will also update my phone, but starting with the iPad. Okay, so automatically the first thing that happens is, it kind of changes things. So I had everything, apps all arranged, and it adds automatically a clock, calendar, a photo widget thing from what I can tell, and weather. So it says long press on widgets to edit. So I'm not going to do that right away. I'm going to just leave this be, jump onto Canva and show you how I made the apps, and then go through and do that. So you're going to want to go to canva.com. It is a free service. You can pay a subscription to have Canva Pro that gives you access to more templates, more elements and photos and things like that. But the free version is perfect for me for what we want to do here. So you'll want to go to the top search bar and type in iOS icon. It'll give you templates for the perfect dimensions for what we want to do. So these are some of the options they give you. I debated using this one with the words. I did like that one. There's also the option of doing plain colors, or you can also do photos, even whether it's photos that you have already taken or ones provided by Canva or elsewhere. And of course, different icons representing the apps, which is what I did. So this is the one that I chose specifically. We'll go to what I customized. So I made the background a beige cream color and changed all of the icons to white. And of course, it doesn't give you access to all the apps that were ever created in a beautiful icon form. So looking at my iPad and iPhone and picking the apps that I wanted to keep on the home screen, I made versions for those. So I can show you what I did. All right, so I'm just going to duplicate one of the pages. This is basically exactly what I did. And I'd go to elements on the side here and search the app that I want to make. So one of the versions that was not provided was, let's say, Netflix. I wait to see what comes up. See, with the ones with the crowns are the ones that you have to pay for, but this is all we need. And so the reason I kept that other icon there was to just kind of get a sense of size. Of course, they're not all going to be the same size, but I want them to be roughly kind of the same, especially if they're a similar circle or square or something like that. But this is not, and I do want to change the color. So I go up here to color and I make it white. And of course, I can delete that other one by clicking and deleting like that. So then I have it done. I just need to make sure that it's, perfectly in the center, and that's what I did. So these are all the ones for my phone. I actually ended up making ones that had a bit of a bigger icon in the center for my iPad, and I will let you know why in just a second. All right, let's start with customizing the apps. Now this process is going to take a little bit of time, but first I'll explain how you do that. So I have all the apps in my photos. So I'm gonna choose an app that I know I'm gonna leave on the home screen with that icon. So let's do calculator. Why not? So I'm going to go to shortcuts and I'm gonna click the plus button. And then I will click scripting and then open app. So once you do that, you can click on the app that you want to open. Like I said, we're gonna do calculator. All right, from there, all you have to do is click on here and click add to home screen. Once you're in this pop-up window, you can click the icon to choose the photo that you want. So all I have to do is find the calculator app that I made, wherever that is. Oh, right here. Perfect. And then use. So it'll automatically do that and then type out calculator here. And I want to do it lowercase just because that's what the aesthetic is for my iPad, what I want. And then click add. What you'll also want to do is change the title up here too so that it will show up there. I had already added calendar just before. They're added to this third page, which I will get to moving everything around after the fact. But at this point, when you click on it, calculator comes up. The only thing you have to do at this point is go to where your calculator app original was, hold the app until the pop-up menu comes up and click edit home screen. Once they're jiggling, you can click the minus button and don't click delete app, rather click remove from home screen, and it gets put into, I believe, what is now your app library, which didn't exist before this update. Now all the apps will be in your app library, which I guess is in the dock at the moment. So now basically I'm going to do all the apps that I haven't done yet, and then we will have some fun with widgets. All right, that took me longer than I expected it would take me, like quite a long time. And I did hit some bumps along the way, which I'd like to share because I think they would be helpful. It would save you a lot of time. So this is not really a tip or a trick, maybe even an opinion of mine. So when I had edited all the apps, I showed you all the icons that I made in Canva. Well, I ended up using those ones for my phone, but I had done my iPad first with those and the small little icon image of each app symbol, if you want to call it. And once I did it on the iPad, even making the apps bigger, I didn't like it. And I had already done all of them. Because when you do it, you can't just edit the symbol or the app icon visual after the fact. You have to remove the bookmark or the app, I guess, and then re-put it on your home screen with the new image that you want. So trial and error, but the end result I really, really like. So I'm just gonna move over so that I can put it on the screen here. So this is what the final product looks like, at least for now. I mean, I might have a play with it later and kind of change things around, but I think I'm liking the way it looks. So yeah, so I made separate icons within Canva for my iPad, just making the symbols a little bit bigger so that you could see them. Otherwise they were really hard to see and it just didn't look so good. And these apps are still bigger. I just like the bigger look with the widgets, especially how big the widgets are beside them. I like it. So this is the first page. The one thing that I will mention, and I'll go through and show you how to make the Widgetsmith widgets the way I've put them here. The top left corner is the Widgetsmith one with the calendar and the clock. The only thing that I don't like is that you can't click on it and go to your calendar. I work exclusively with my Apple Calendar and it's kind of annoying. You can set them up so that they are together. So today I'm supposed to edit, it doesn't necessarily pop up every time. So if I click, let's say, another Widgetsmith one, it'll go back to where I had just previously been. But if I don't leave it on the calendar, it won't do that. So that's kind of annoying, but what can you do? So that's why I put calendar right next to it so that I can pull up my calendar. But yeah, so I got calendar, home, find my iPhone, files, photos, camera, notes, contact settings, Google Maps, Gmail, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus on my home screen. Within Canva, there's not an app for Disney Plus or even an icon or anything Disney related, unless you're paying for Pro. There is a little Mickey Mouse icon. But I didn't use it, I just used 3 circles and a plus, and I made my own, which I will actually link my Pinterest board below. I'll add all of these apps, the iPad ones and the iPhone ones. I'll put those down below, so if you like them, you can use them, or if you want, you can easily go into Canva and yeah, just arrange circles and a plus, or do whatever you like with them. So yeah, and on my bottom dock, the other sad thing is when you have apps that are recently used, they'll be on the right side of the dock and it's not necessarily customized, which kind of sucks, but whatever. And then this widget is an Apple widget. They're my reminders, and yeah, you can click it and go right into reminders. So I didn't include a reminders app. I ended up deleting the one that I had. This as well kind of sucks. This is Spotify. And so it'll only be on the last thing that you played. So I picked an album that I really love. Gotta go listen to Ben Platt's new album. But I picked it because it was pretty in the color scheme. So if I had been listening to something else with a different like background, like I don't know, this will be probably, yeah, blue in the background, which doesn't really match the look, but what can you do? Can't be aesthetically pleasing all the time. So yeah, and then this is the second page. I got a lot of my photo editing stuff, Lightroom, Photoshop, things like that. Canva, of course. And then I don't have, like I said, the clock doesn't go to a clock app for your calendar app, but this one does. It is an Apple clock, so it'll bring up your world clock and your timer and all that stuff. So I left that at the top right, and it's black and white, so it does match my August quote from Taylor Swift that's in there. And then I also have a trip coming up, really hoping it pans out in a month and 3 days-ish. Not really, it's kind of, we haven't booked the flight yet, which hopefully we'll do today. But yeah, so I have that, so that's a good little reminder and something to look forward to, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, a bunch of these other apps that I've got. These ones are just, this is my last page that I'm not a set on. I do like the sunset kind of thing. It also shows sunrise, I believe. And then this cute little fall picture widget, which I should touch on how to make a widget. So when you hold and click edit home screen and they start to jiggle, you can click the plus button in the top left corner. You just have to scroll down on the left side and click Widgetsmith. And then you can add a small, medium, or large widget. Let's just add a small one here because I have the large and medium already on the screen. So it adds the more recent whatever was selected, but you can edit that. So once you hold down and click edit widget, you can click small number 1, small number 2, small number 3, small number 4, which you can design within Widgetsmith. So let's go to Widgetsmith. It just happens to be small number 4. So let's add a small widget. So if you want to do a photo or photos and album, you can also do their clock or, you know, an hourglass, which is interesting. I wonder how that one works. Actually, I wonder how that one works. Let's do that. But then also you have, you know, the date and some other different things, battery icon, which might be actually pretty helpful. Anyways, so let's do the hourglass one. Where's that? Okay. And then you can pick your theme. Some of them are locked unless you pay for it, so that's the downside, but I don't really need it to look like the paid ones. I do really like the powder color. Maybe I'll do like a pink and beige theme during the spring or something. I don't know. That's a few months away. But then there's also a custom theme, which is what I had been doing for the most part. So usually I would pick the white tint for the font, which is the hourglass, I guess. And then I was picking was it the dark red? Yeah, the dark red because it just kind of matched the fall theme, which is nice because then I don't have to edit all my app icons because they're pretty neutral. I can just edit the Widgetsmith ones between seasons if I want to go with the seasons. But you can also click custom and choose your own color. So oh, I forget the hex for what my app icons were. I had it written down, but you know, you can copy and paste or find a color once you do that, or just, you know, play around with the colors here. So instead, so now I just picked some random purple color. I'm just gonna do, oops. Oh, I think it was dark orange that I had, not the dark red. Let's do dark red to contrast. Let's see. Okay. So I picked the color, and then you can also pick a border color. I wasn't picking a border color. but you can do that. And then there's also some artwork, which, you know, maybe candy cane for Christmas or something like that. That's the only one that's free, I guess. Anyway, so once you're done, you can click save. And then you click out of it and then save again. So that's there. Okay, is it just an hourglass? Well, we'll have to see. So once that's done, you can go in and edit the widget and then click and choose the small number 5 that we just created. And there you go. It's just an hourglass. I think I'm going to just edit it and make it small number 4 because that's me and Anthony when we got engaged. That's super cute. And it looks kind of fall-like, even though it was definitely just after winter and everything was dead and still growing, but whatever. It's super cute. So yeah, that's basically it for my iPad. Switching over to the iPhone, it's pretty similar in setup. I wanted to keep it like generally the same. So we have that same Widgetsmith app, very similar in editing. But I have a little bit of different stuff going on. So I have a different widget of, again, me and Anthony being adorable. And then I have the same widget, the little fall one with the hot chocolate, crunchy leaves, cozy knits, pumpkins, etc. And my to-do list. And another thing I had here, I had it on my iPad earlier and then I deleted it, was the weather app. It's like it matches based on what in the day it's blue and at night it's dark, and I don't like it. I think I'm gonna change it, maybe make it a photo, or even make that same one that I had on my iPad for the travel countdown. That might be a fun, different thing to do. I'll play around, it might change a little bit, but just going through, I have a lot of the similar things on my main area, the most used ones. You know, Safari, Maps, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, that kind of stuff. And then on my bottom dock, Spotify, phone, message, and I have this sleep cycle app. I use it to track my quality of sleep and when I'm sleeping and when I fall asleep and making sure I get enough sleep. It turns on in the morning, like your alarm within a half an hour period, where it thinks you are like not in a deep sleep, where you're like in between. You'll wake up easier, but you know, who knows if it works necessarily, and do I get up at that time? No. But that's basically it. That's my iPhone and iPad customization with the new iOS, or the new iPad OS 15. Maybe check out a video I'll leave in the description about all the updates that have come with both iOS 15 and the iPad OS 15. I'll leave that in the description along with my Pinterest board, and I think that's it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like it, please give it a like, and definitely don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you next week. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.